Hi everyone, it's Cheryl from TanningCentral.com here. Today I'm actually going to guide you step by step through how to apply a self-tan lotion. So I'm hoping by now you've actually selected the lotion you'd like to use and you're all exfoliated and ready to go, and we can begin by starting with my first tip for applying tanning lotion, and that is to wear disposable gloves. You want to make sure that your tanning disposable gloves are actually quite a snug fit. The reason being that if they are a little bit loose, you might have a little bit of trouble actually applying your tan evenly. So just make sure you get a size that fits you quite snugly. Now, my second tip is to apply section by section. If you actually start with small sections, you've got a much better chance of getting an even tan. Now, if you're doing this at home, I always recommend that you start with the bottom of your legs, working up through to your thighs, to your tummy, then to your chest and your décolletage, then working through your arms, then doing your face, and lastly doing the back of your hands. Now, doing the back of your hands is quite simple if you've got gloves on. You just simply roll down the glove and apply the tan, and then just remove the gloves once you've done both hands. Now, always get someone to do your back if you've got someone around to do your back, because it is quite tricky and you can end up having streaks and it looking a bit odd. My third tip is to use little amounts of product and apply it more often. You're really going to need to use a small amount of product per section, probably the size of your thumbnail just to start with, especially if you're only just starting to learn how to apply fake tan, because you can always add more product once it's all rubbed in. So don't be scared of using a little amount and adding more. You can always do that. As you get more confident with applying your fake tan at home, you should get a pretty good idea of how much lotion you need per section. So don't worry, you can always add more. Now, my next tip is to really rub in the tan well. If you rub your tanning lotion in really well to your skin, you've got a far better chance of getting a nice even coverage all over. So really take the time and make sure that the lotion's really absorbed into the skin before you move to the next section. Now, when you get to your face, this can be a little bit daunting if you haven't applied a tanning lotion to your face before. And yes, you can use tanning lotions on your face, it's not a problem. But what you can do if you maybe don't want your face to be quite as dark, or you're a little bit worried about how dark the tan's going to turn out, you can just mix a little bit of face moisturizer with your tanning lotion, and this will just lighten the effect. Now, to stop those eyebrows turning maybe a little bit orange or just looking a little bit tanned, my top tip for getting rid of any tan in the eyebrows is to use a damp cotton bud and just simply basically work it through the eyebrow area so that you remove any tan. Okay guys, if you've finished applying your tan, well done. And I have another little tip. It's not my last tip, it almost is. That is to actually get a damp sponge and actually have this ready before you start applying your tan. And just simply, you only need to just slightly flicker it over the elbow and knee areas, and it'll just ensure that if there is any kind of catching going on there in those crevices, it'll just help to even that out so that you get a really lovely application. Okay, and finally, just wait until your tan is completely dry before you get dressed. Try not to put on tight clothing as well, and if you can at all, try not to put on your underwear again because it can leave lines. Rather opt for nice, loose, dark clothing, and you should wake up in the morning looking like a bronze goddess.